Hi everyone, Ray the Dashing Womble here. Hope everyone had a great Sunday. Can't remember what bloody day it was in. Seems like I've got a black eye. Anyway, hopefully all the dashers did well. It was a bit warm in our area. Not sure what temperature it was completely, but at one stage I looked down at the temperature gauge and it was bloody hell, 89. Now it's 77 and it's just gone 3 AM. Wow, well, that's gonna be fun. Anyway, didn't get started till about 5:30 tonight, or last night, excuse me. And first job that I got showed up as a catering order. There'd been a few other stupid ones that had come through as usual. Certainly ones that you couldn't make a profit on. Anyway, so yeah, went off and picked up from Firebirds. I know it was paying like $12, I think. And I said, oh, sure, it's catering order. We'll go off and do that. So went off, picked that one up, and it really wasn't a big order at all. I mean, it was definitely not catering flipping order size. It was like, okay, so just put it in a normal flipping bag. Plenty of big enough. Anyway, got that off to the customer, and it was a leave at the door, so I don't understand why I did that. Oh yeah, because when I got there, no, it was a hand to me, excuse me. So it was a hand to them. I got up there and rang the bell, and the bloke came out, gave him his grub, and his little dog was moving around in the back there. Nice little dog actually, quite cute. And very quiet dog, that's for sure. Maybe knew there was food coming. Anyway, so yeah, I ended up just taking a picture of the front of the house. So anyway, did that. Can't remember what the next offer that came in was. Anyway, done something else after that, and it went quiet. Got kicked off because Google was playing that silly flipping game of you can only be on for it for half an hour at a time or an hour at a time. Anyhow, got kicked off for a little while, and I had to schedule. The map was grey for Lee Summit, so hit the schedule on that, and we wasn't scheduled till I think 8 o'clock or so. And I said to my wife, well, if you want something to eat, we might as well go get something now. It don't appear there's a whole lot going on. There was quite a few people about, but just and I know that if you've been people who have gone off on holiday and that for the weekend or for tomorrow or whatever, but it's people come this way too. We see flipping people at cars at the hotels, and there's some big lakes and whatever going on. We've got the Renaissance Festival, well, that's the other side of the state line there, but there's other stuff going on. But anyway, so we went over to Jason's Deli. I had a big salad. I really did. Put a picture up here. And had an ice cream after. But generally don't like flipping salad so much, but since I come out of the hospital, that it's been very hard to get my taste buds right, and there's been some foods that I looked at and I just cannot get anywhere close to it because it's too darn greasy. Anyway, so anyway, I've been eating a lot of that. Gonna have a twitchy nose like a rabbit soon. Like that. But anyway, oh yeah, and the problems with the car. Okay, so I said to my wife before we came out, I said, what do you want to do, take the truck or the car? I I called all the parts shops that were open in the area that I knew yesterday morning, and I couldn't get the part I needed. So I said, well, you know, there's not a lot of room in the truck, and it's a lot of flipping it's very hot out, and it's we need something with a little bit more room, which happens to be this, which I never thought I'd ever say that of this, but anyway. So I said, all right, we'll take this, because sometimes it takes a while for it to go wrong anyway. Ran it all night, had no bloody problems at all, until later on in the early hours of the morning, and when we were in Blue Springs, and then it just but we'd run it all evening long and that. So anyhow, I've still got to look for the part. Hopefully a couple of some places are going to be open today. If not, then it's going to be Tuesday to see if they got the part I need. But anyway, and actually did it on the way home. We took a bit of a ride around home to get home, and it played its silly flipping issue maybe half a mile down the road from the house. But you know, it's 3 o'clock in the bloody morning, for crying out loud. There ain't that many people about, so I had no problem stopping in the road and turning up, just restarting it and that. But anyway, but no, we didn't. It wasn't a overly busy night tonight. There was an awful lot of flipping ridiculous offers, ridiculous, and I'll put a couple up here too. It's just I had one that was the Johnny's Tavern, $2. Come on, if you can afford to go to Johnny's Tavern, then you can afford to pay a flipping for your food to be delivered. So I don't know what would have happened, what happened with that order, because I'm damn sure no one would have picked it up. Would have hoped no one had picked it up for $2. It was going like 8 miles. No, it was more than that. I think it was about 9 miles or something ridiculous. And then there was a couple of other stupid ones too. And I don't know if it's because people don't understand that they need to put a tip on it. And I don't agree that people should do that, to be fair, because DoorDash, with all the money that DoorDash is flipping paying, they should set a bloody minimum. This way people don't feel obliged to flipping put a tip on it after they spent all the money on the food, which has obviously gone up with all the bloody DoorDash's prices, or Uber Eats or Grubhub, whichever. But it should set out a minimum, and then a mile, whatever, you know, $1.50 a mile, $2 a mile thereafter. I mean, it is a premium service, of crying out loud. And I mean, if you can't get out for whatever reason, whether you're a lazy ass or whether you're injured, whichever, the driver still needs to make a living. The driver still has to pay for the car, the petrol, the maintenance, the insurance, all of that. So at $2 per delivery, that ain't happening. Oh, here we go. The thing's played silly games again. Let's turn that off. But no, it wasn't a overly busy night at all. Like, get out of it, dirt, little shite bag. Bloody flies. Anyway, did that one catering order, which was very minimal, and it stayed at the $12. I don't know how it got on the catering thing, but anyway, did a couple of one pizza from Papa John's. But yeah, really not a lot. I mean, I'll list them all up here, what I've done anyway. It shouldn't take too long to go through. But I mean, a couple of times we sat and watched some videos. We watched Chuck on Dashing Across America. He was dashing in somewhere in Atlanta, in Georgia. Certainly not a place that he's used to delivering in by the looks of things, but he did well though. He did it while his mum was having her hair done or something. He dropped her off, and then he went off and done the deliveries and that. Fair dues, he had a go. Certainly did have a go at it. And then after that, a bit later on, we watched a couple of videos from Gig Money Madness. B. She doesn't dash too far away from us, just the other side of the border in Kansas. It's about maybe 15 miles from us. I used to work over in that area at a Volkswagen dealership, and it was 15 miles from the house to the door of the dealership, and it was an easy drive as long as you went, like, you didn't go the flipping motorway. Although a couple of times I was a bit late, so I would go that way, but most of the time I'd leave home a lot early. But anyway, and then just open up the garage when I got there. Open it all up and open all the cars up and that. Didn't have to rush or panic or anything. But anyway, yeah, so we watched a couple of her videos. That was quite good. Just trying to catch up on videos. Some of them I haven't been able to watch, and so it's always good to see what others are doing, what others are experiencing around town or around the country. I'd like to do like if I could ever get a ripping vehicle that was stay running. I would like to maybe dash towards an area. If we were going to St. Louis, for example, or Des Moines up in Iowa, or I would dash along the way, or down to Springfield or Branson or whatever. Just do a little dash along the way, just to experience it. And I should get one of those GoPro cameras, I know, but they're pretty bloody expensive. But if I can get one of those and sit down and do the editing. If I can do the editing through the phone, it would be a lot flipping easier, or through the iPad. If I know I can do it that way, rather than sit at a computer and do it. I'd rather be able to just do it on the phone, or like I said, on the iPad. Although my iPad's a bit older, I don't know if it will sustain that. But anyway, and I can just sit in front of the telly and stick the headphones on and do it all whilst the telly was on or something. Sometimes my wife wants to watch a lot of food channels, which don't do anything for me except make me hungry. Anyway, not going to be a long one tonight. We're going to may go and watch a bit of telly now, and then edit this up. Shouldn't take too long, I wouldn't have thought. But anyway, as I said in last night's video, I do want to do a video about what I feel that dashers should, or gig drivers should carry in their vehicles most of the time. Also, we're coming up to, it's not a long time away yet. I mean, I know it's still blazing hot out there, but We've got winter's coming, and it'll be here flipping pretty quick, no doubt. And we've got stuff that we need to leave in the vehicles for that. Get a blanket or whatever, and etc. to leave in the vehicle, just in case anything happens to it and you're stuck at the side of the road. And but not only that, I mean, just usual stuff to keep in there. Keep a first aid kit for you or passenger, or if you see someone down the road that needs help, whichever. But either way, it's good to have one of those in there, and get yourself a decent one. Some of them got some good stuff in there that you could use for all sorts of occasions. In fact, the one I got has got a space blanket in it. So, and those are good to have as well, have on board. Not only for if you break down on the side of the road when it's flipping winter, or come off the road, whichever. You can wrap yourself in one of those things, keep you warm. But also you can use those space blankets to put over food. If you've got, like, let's say for example, you haven't got enough pizza bags and you've got, I don't know, 30 pizzas to deliver, you can just wrap them in one of those bloody space blankets, keep them all warm in it, or at least it will retain the heat a lot better than just leaving them in the back of the car or van or whatever you got. But anyway, just something like that I want to do, you know, as well as keeping all the insulated bags, etc. Mr. Orinoco appears to be on the back seat still. He's got the bags wrapped around him. The insulated bags are around him tonight. He hasn't. Oh, he's got one on him. Getting ready to go to bed, I suppose. Yep, Orinoco. There he is. Orinoco the Womble. If you don't know what the Wombles are and why I call myself the Dashing Womble, Dashing Womble. Womble is a fictitious creature that was made up by a lady called Elizabeth Beresford, and she used to take her young daughter across Wimbledon Common. Wimbledon Common is a vast area. I can't tell you how many acres are on this common land, but we've got a lovely great windmill there, and underneath the windmill there's a tea room as well, so it's all very nice. And there's a golf course and a ranger station that have got the bloody biggest horses I've ever seen. And that when they run, those things make the ground shake. They do. It's very startling. Anyway, so you got all the common there, you got all the bloody golf courses all around the common, and there's a graveyard on the edge of the common, far edge of the common, over towards Putney Vale. And there's the other side of the common, you've got what they call Canizero House. In Canizero House, they have a lot of, they've got some gardens and that there, and so you can go and see all the plants, etc. And they got a little pond there. I think they've got a couple of ponds actually, but anyway, at least one. And they have all the little tadpoles and that. That's whatever time of the year they come out, I can't remember now, but it's quite fun to see. And actually I went up there one year when I was much younger and got a hold of some of the tadpoles and took them in a small bucket and took them home. And then I had them up the end of the garden in this bucket and just watched them grow into frogs. So that was quite interesting. But no, Canizero House is very nice architecture. And we have like ice cream vans and that in that area too. There's a great big pond called Rushmere Pond, and there's several pubs that are on the common. Fox and Grapes for one. Then you got the hand in hand. You got, is there one called the crooked billet? I think there is. But anyway, oh Christ, I can't remember all the names of the pubs. The Fox and Hounds, the Dog and Fox. Actually got banned from the Dog and Fox one year, but a long time ago I got banned from there. Oh dear. But yeah, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of flipping stars and that live up around the common. There's many of them. A lot of famous people I've met whilst I've been out walking on the common, or actually been in the pubs and out up there. You got Oliver Reed used to drink in the pubs up around the common, and it just goes sit with him. He used to be what we call roused, out of 1 or 3 too many, or maybe 10 too many. But anyway, James Hunt, the Formula 1 racing driver, used to live up there. Tom Bell used to be, actually Tom Bell used to be one of the Doctor Who's as well. But there's several flipping people that live up there, and several famous people that were born in Wimbledon. But anyway, the Wombles is Elizabeth Beresford. She made up these fictitious creatures to entertain her young daughter when she was going on the common, for a walk on the common. And she put this book together, put all these creatures together, and how they used to tidy up the common and that, and pick up all the rubbish and such. And so anyone that comes from Wimbledon, because it became a television thing too. It was a kids show, so and I used to love it. Well, I still do. But anyway, I'll go home from school and flipping watch the Wombles, read all the books and that about it, had all the records on about them, because they had their own band too. And Elizabeth Beresford actually came to one of the schools that I was at one of the schools that I was attending. And so I got to meet her, and I really enjoyed meeting her, and I really enjoy all about the Wombles. And I still think it's great, because they actually became part of the Keep Britain Tidy campaign. So all the kids and that would get on, you go up the common, and you have your little bags and that, and you go up and pick rubbish up and that. Well, it was a whole lot. It's not like and it's not like being here. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean, it is absolutely diabolical what people leave at the side of the road here. Absolutely diabolical. I mean, I can't believe the rubbish that's at the side of the road. Can't believe how much. If in Kansas City are going to have the World Cup here, they certainly need to clear up the area. Certainly need to clear up all the rubbish and everything that's along the way. Good grief, and actually make people more accountable for what they do. Don't flipping piss about. Flipping, give them a damn good flipping fine, and make sure that they flipping have to. I don't know what they do with them. I don't know what. I must ask our copper mate what actually happens when someone actually gets done for littering, stopped for littering, and I mean littering in a big way. It's like leaving beds and tellies at the side of the road. It's not all flipping blowing off all those trucks, and it's not all from blowing from flipping remnants of tornadoes, etc. You're going to get a little bit along the way, but you just pick it up. Like tonight, where was I? I went into Quick Trip tonight. Someone had flipping just dropped in a cup and left it on the floor. Well, I picked it up and put it flipping and it hurt a lot. Bending down, believe me, it hurt a lot. But you had to pick it up and flipping put it to one side. It's up to someone else, flipping an employee, to throw it in the bin if that's what they want to do. But anyway, if it was all broken up, I probably would have picked it up and just thrown it in the dustbin if I'd seen where that was. But and that's another thing. If you're eating in your vehicle, don't throw it outside. I mean, I understand that if we're at Doordashing, etc., and you stop and get something from the drive-through or eat something from home, and you've got a plastic container that you don't want in the vehicle, stick it in a bag. When you go to the petrol station, whether you're getting petrol or not, or stopping in there to go to the loo or whatever, chuck it in the bin then. If not, chuck it in the back in the boot of your car. Other thing is when you get a straw, and you get the paper around it, don't throw it on the floor. Just stick it in the back of your pocket. If you got a sweet wrapper or whatever bloody wrapper or a receipt or something, just stick it in your back pocket until you get nearer to a bin. Don't throw it around. I mean, this is what the trouble is. If you all went to the Netherlands, Finland, all over there, Sweden, Switzerland, if you all went there, you would not believe how clean it is. It is so clean. Roads are clean, absolutely perfect. Roads are lit. You know, there's many flipping the main roads. Christ almighty, you go on main roads, and it's like flipping these road people were born in bloody caves. Oh my gosh, come on, put some flipping light on these roads. Put some light on these roads on the corner where you're supposed to be bloody turning. And on these residential streets, flipping, how do people take their bloody dogs out in the winter? I mean, you don't hardly see any. Some people you don't see. I don't know why they don't get some lights or whatever on their animals or themselves. All of a sudden, you got a black dog and someone flipping wearing a black flipping hoodie or whatever, and and it ain't until you get right upon them that you realise that shadow in the corner of your eye was someone walking. And but anyway, enough of that. Alright, anyway, thanks for watching. I'll leave it at that. That's Mr. Womble. So that's who Mr. Womble is. I'm from Wimbledon. It's got a little bit flipping all over the place there, but yeah, I'm from Wimbledon, and that's why we got the Womble in the back of the car. Actually, a friend of mine made that. She's from Scotland. She used to live here in the Kansas City area, her and her husband, and they actually just moved back to Scotland. So hopefully they're doing well. But yeah, so she made that for me, and also my number plate, or tag plate, or whatever you want to call it, the vanity plate, which is still on the old van, or the newer van that's got the bad engine. So when I get another new one, another vehicle, I'll change that plate over or get that one repaired, whichever. Oh, God. Anyway, I ain't gonna get on the cars again. I'm sick of those at the moment. I've had too much bad luck with it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully everyone has a great Monday. I hope everyone has a great Labour Day. That's today, isn't it? Happy Labour Day. And hopefully it's a good one for you. Hopefully it's stress-free, and hopefully we're all going to be out of this bloody heat soon, because this tubby little Womble is sick of it. Absolutely sick of it. there's nothing we can do about it, and it doesn't do anything to moan about it. But it's 3 o'clock in the morning, it's 75 degrees or thereabouts, and I'm done with this bloody heat. Yeah, will I be moaning in the winter? Probably, but at least in the winter I can zip and put stuff on if I'm cold. In the heat, I mean, there's only so much I can take off without being arrested or laughed at, or both. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Cheers. Ta-da.